Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So I've had a look at the handicap marks that have come out today, and I think I've spotted 5 that all ran at Royal Ascot that I think have been kindly dropped. I was surprised they got dropped. A couple of them especially, I thought they would stay as they were. I didn't think they'd go up, but I've also had a look and I think I've found where I would be sending them if I was the trainer or the owner as well. So we'll start off with the first one, which is Love Interest. Now, if you've watched my Royal Ascot eye catchers, you'll know about Love Interest. I spoke about her before. She travelled really well. As you can see, her win PR was 88.29%. What that means is she reduced by 88% from her starting price to what her low, because she travelled so well. Admittedly, when she got the gaps eventually, she didn't really pick up and didn't finish that strongly, but the race had probably gone by then, and I just wonder whether this trip just slightly stretched her. I would be potentially dropping her back just very slightly. Go back to York as well, where she finished 3rd in a listed race for fillies, where I thought she ran a really good race that day. I think if she runs in the handicap at York, I'm going to suggest she would get all of the allowances, obviously the 3-year-old allowance as well. And I think she could be very, very interesting in it, and it's a decent prize for me. The race in question is this one here. It's the John Smith's Racing Handicap Stakes over 7 furlongs and 192 yards on Saturday the 9th of July. It's for horses rated 81 to 100, sorry, and she is 94. I think the fact that she'll be getting all of the allowances would really give her a great chance of picking up a decent prize before then going back into listed company against fellow fillies. So that's where I would be sending Love Interest. Go and win a decent handicap first, and then see what you can do with her. The second horse I want to talk about is one owned by Owners Group, First Folio. I thought he ran well in the Wokingham. I think he didn't get beat because of where he was drawn, but it certainly didn't help his chance. He came down the middle of the track, whereas I posted a picture on Twitter with about 2 furlongs to go. The front 5, or the 5 that finished in the front 5, are all right on the rail. First Folio is actually in the middle at this point. So First Folio has finished best of those that didn't get the optimum position during the race. And the handicapper actually dropped First Folio down a pound to 98. As we can see, he's got some York form. He's won back here in 2021. He's also finished 4th in September of 2021. He's relatively reliable. He's relatively consistent. The only poor run came at Goodwood on the soft ground, which clearly he doesn't want. But other than that, he's finished in the top 6 on every other run. Dropping a pound will certainly help his chance. And I would be sending him on Saturday the 23rd of July, which is actually my birthday, to the Skybet Dash Handicap Stakes. It's good prize money. It's for horses rated 0 to 105. Obviously being rated 98 means he gets in lovely. And that is where I would hope to see First Folio next. As I said, it's a good prize money. It's a Saturday. It's Owners Group. Surely they're going to want to run on a Saturday. You can see that generally they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs on Saturday. I think that's where First Folio will be seen next at York. The third horse is Summergend. Again, he did make my Royal Ascot eye catchers. I think he's dropping to a mark where he can now start getting involved. As you can see, the last couple of times he's finished 6th and 5th. Okay. That was 5th in the Wokingham, which is going to work out well in my opinion. But he dropped another pound for that. He's down to 100, which now means he's £3 lower than when he was 6th at York. He is running okay. I think the obvious target for him, surely, is back for the Stewards' Cup on the 30th of July. Why do you go for the Stewards' Cup? Well, he's won it in 2020 off a mark of 108, so £8 higher. And he was 12th last year off 109. We're not getting a clear run. Finishing strongly, but the race had already finished by the time he actually got his run. It's going to be the same sort of race. He's likely to be held up at the back. If he gets a good draw and gets a clear run, off a mark of 100, I think he would be very, very competitive. The fourth horse I want to talk about is Sinjari, another one of my Royal Ascot eye catchers. He finished 5th in the Royal Hunt Cup when, as you can see, his win PR never traded shorter than his starting odds. And I think part of that was actually a mistake from the jockey. In hindsight, looking back further, the reason I think that is he travelled really well and was one of the last, if not the last, off the bridle. But Kieran didn't ask for an effort. And I think he got it wrong because the horse actually had been running over further. You can look back here. Running over a mile and 2. This was only his second run over a mile. And even when he was 3rd here at Newbury, he stayed on strongly. So I was surprised in hindsight that Kieran didn't get after Sinjari earlier than what he did. Where do they go with Sinjari? Well, I would be going to Goodwood for the Golden Mile. Obviously, it's huge prize money. He has had the one run at Goodwood, and it was a good effort behind Forest of Dean when 3rd. Forest of Dean was really well handicapped that day, and really Sinjari should have finished 2nd to him. Another stride and he would have finished 2nd, and he would have looked, like he was well handicapped as well. The fact that Sinjari has dropped another pound to 105 for a horse that is generally consistent as well, and he's not been with Roger Charlton long, or now with Harry and Roger Charlton, and they've just started running him over a mile. I think they'll keep to a mile. They'll want them to go like the clappers, and if he gets a clear run in the Golden Mile, I'd be very confident of a huge run from Sinjari. The final horse I want to talk about is Bless Him. Now, he is a really tricky ride. There's no question about that. He just needs to be, plopped on the line. It wasn't a bad effort when finishing 7th in the Royal Hunt Cup. Never really looked like he was going to win the race or even get involved. He finished 7th. The handicap had dropped him £2 back to 99. Now, his most recent good form, as you can see here, is 3rd at Newcastle on the all-weather, 1st at Newcastle on the all-weather, 2nd at Newcastle on the all-weather. His last 5 runs here, you can see these were all all-weather, 3rd, 1st, 5th, 2nd, 7th. Now that 7th actually came in the race I think they should target this year. The concern there is it's a little way away, it's in August. Although to be fair, we're nearly in July already. He was 7th that day in the Chelmsford City Cup. Now it's a good prize money for the Chelmsford City Cup, but he never got a run. He was only beaten a couple of lengths in the end, never got a run, and never nearer 7th. I think if he gets a run, and off the lower marks, because he ran there off 103, he'd be running off a £4 lower mark. You put Jamie on board as always, stick him out the back, get a clear run, and I think he goes very, very close in the Chelmsford City Cup. That's on the 25th of August, so it's still 2 months away. If they run him elsewhere, I can see him running reasonable, but I'm hoping that they've got the Chelmsford City Cup as the big plan in a couple of months' time. So they're my 5. Love interest. I'd love to see her in a handicap against older horses, getting all the allowances at York. First folio, run on Saturday, the 23rd of July, my birthday, at York in a Skybet Dash. Summergand back for the Stewards for the 3rd time. He's won it once, finished 12th off a £9 higher mark. Sinjari, stick to that mile. Get a good, nice strong pace, a clear run, and actually go for him early enough, and I think Sinjari will be finishing best of all in the Goodwood Mile. And finally, Bless Him to be just carefully campaigned for the next couple of months before going back for that Chelmsford City Cup at Chelmsford, obviously, on the 25th of August.